Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to June 2018. What a beautiful time for you. You know, back when Saturn entered Capricorn, I told you that you guys were officially on my radar. You are even more so on my radar now, as we have not only Saturn, but also Pluto in the 12th house. For the next several months, you have Mars in your sign. Now you have Uranus in your 4th house. So the 12th house we associate with our subconscious. We associate it with, the deepest parts of ourselves, our interconnectedness with the cosmos and our true place in the universe. And the 4th house, we always say it's, home and family and our roots. But for me, the 4th house goes so much farther back to the origins of our soul. The 4th house is the keeper of memories, the keeper of who we were. And when you have your home planet coming into a sign that's squaring your own sign, that happens so rarely. You don't have fast moving planets. I'm Mercury ruled, so it's every 188 days it's doing its thing, kind of thing. But your planet moves so slowly, both of them. So you are going to feel the shift in a very big way. And you will be coming in contact with a part of yourself that you probably didn't even know existed over the course of the next several years. And that's going to be amazing for some people, and for others, not so much. It's going to be hard, especially if you weren't always the best person. If you weren't really the best person in your past lives, I think that kind of stuff is really going to come to fruition. Sorry for the noise. I had to apologize for the quality of my camera as well. I know that it sucks. It's probably going to be like that the next couple months. And as I was doing a meditation for you guys before I turn my camera on, which I'm doing in lieu of an introduction, I am like, what does Aquarius need to know? Because it's not just a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal for everyone, but for you especially, because it's so focused around you. And you've been in the spotlight. You've got the South Node in your sign. You've got the eclipses in your sign. So you've been highlighted for like the past year and a half. It's like Aquarius, Leo, right? And you're not always necessarily one that likes to stand in the spotlight either. Sometimes you are, but not always. And the thing that really came to mind during this meditation was actually, I was reminded of Taurus's title. The title of Taurus that I named it last month. I named it Brace Yourselves. And I think I'm going to name your video Brace Yourselves this month because of this specifically. The adjustment to this could actually be quite shocking, although weirdly stagnant. That's what's happening. Like, there's such a weird energy. If you watched any other my readings, I keep using that word weird because it is so weird. We're feeling this drive to give back. We're feeling this drive to reach our full potential. We're all feeling it. And if I'm feeling it, I can't imagine how much you are feeling it. But yet the doors aren't opening up quite yet. It's like you've turned on the Stargate, but it hasn't quite fully booted up. I'm going to use the Stargate example because it's you, Aquarius, and I can talk about all my weird science fiction stuff with you guys, and that's fine. Actually, not necessarily science fiction. So let's start with the cards now. And we have the card of Taurus coming out, which is so incredibly appropriate. Taurus is on the docket. So, what is a King of Pentacles? He's strong. He is intense as well, but also very slow. And he's very happy going with the flow of the organic flow. He's not necessarily one to really push. You know, like I'd say a Queen of Wands is someone that wants to like go and push and make something happen. And he finds his success, he finds his happiness with just allowing things to come to him. He doesn't like to necessarily exert a great deal of effort. So he lies and waits, waiting for things to come, right? The lion in the grass, waiting to pounce. But it's not going to compromise its current position, right? Or the potential for acquiring prey. He's going to wait for the herd of gazelles to pass by him, right? So it makes his job easier. And that's where you are. Waiting for the doors to open, waiting for the opportunities to present themselves. Now, we're getting a card that you're in control of. This is the card of Aquarius, the Five of Swords. And I think it very significantly represents the restrictive quality of Saturn. And with Saturn in your 12th house right now, I feel as though you are experiencing that internal, I want to do this, but I can't do this. There's something in your life that seems to have kind of petered out or fizzled away. I think over the past several months or maybe the past year, you've worked very, very hard to eliminate a lot of the toxicity from your life. I think at the beginning of last year, you learned a lot of lessons truly about who you were. You learned a lot of lessons also about the things you don't like about yourself. And now that you've come to an understanding of those things and you've seen that stuff being reflected back to you, and you've actually done the work that was needed and that was required of you, you're now sitting at this place of like transition and conversion. Like I said, you've booted up the Stargate. You've pushed the power on button, but it's not fully loaded yet. And you're forgiving yourself for a lot of things, and you're forgiving other people for a lot of things as well. And that's such a critical step in your personal progress. It's such a crucial activity that must be done, of letting things go by the wayside and no longer clinging to them, no longer longing for things that don't serve you. You're eliminating the negative energies from your life. And by eliminating negativity, you are enhancing the positivity. Man, I can't like I can't get away from the Virgo stuff, and I'm like getting concerned that it's because this is like Scorpio, right? The deep depths of Scorpio. This is Aquarius, and then Taurus and Virgo. But I'm like, I don't know if it's me because I'm a Virgo, or if there's just a lot of Virgo energy in the air. But I don't know why. And I said this in Capricorn too, like I don't know, or in Sagittarius, I'm sorry, like I don't know why Sagittarius, or now I'm doing the Virgo tongue-tied thing. I don't know why Virgo is making such an appearance, because there's nothing going on in their sign right now. And yet it is the Virgo in quality that seems to be sitting, it's like leading the pack. And that's what this card represents. Because of introspection, because of hard work, because of self-improvement, because of how hard you push yourself, because of your desire to make the world a better place, you in turn are finding yourself at a place of resources, whether it's knowledge, whether it's actual money, whether it's time or energy or whatever it is. It's like you've cleared out all the stuff that was taking up your time before, and through that process of clearing this out, you've made room for all this positive stuff to come in. And you're like, well, this is wonderful. Now what do I do with all this beautiful stuff? And because you are a sign that is truly associated with humanity and the global collective and working together as one, it's like that's where the focus is. How do I put my true Aquarian talents to good work, to good use? You know, I was having a conversation with someone who's a Sagittarius sun and an Aquarius moon, and I was talking to him about the levels of Sagittarius. And then I realized that every sign kind of has their levels. There's like the lowest vibrational, and then there's like a middle, and then there's a high vibrational quality of each sign, right? And for Aquarius, like the lower vibration of Aquarius is like the friends, right? And I often say like my Aquarians are like the collectors of friends, right? They just have so many, they have so many contacts, they're always going, they're always moving, life's an adventure, go, go, go. I want to, you know, experience life and all of this. And that's wonderful. It's not bad, right? It's just a little bit lacking in contribution. And then as you work your way up the scale and you get higher and higher, you have the people that really choose to revolutionize the world through their understanding of politics and groups and friends, right? Like a Martin Luther King Jr., Abraham Lincoln. These are Aquarians, right? Famous Aquarians, and what they've done to change the course of history. This is a high vibrational manifestation of the sign of Aquarius. And if you Google famous Aquarians, and I'm not talking about like movie stars or whatever, but I think you'll be shocked at how, like what the Aquarius energy is truly capable of if you don't know, like if you haven't really researched that, right? And that there's this inner drive for you to do that, for you to be a world changer, for you. And we're all feeling it, all of us, but because it's you guys, it's you. You're feeling it way more than all of us. The work is in front of you guys. You've done this, you've taken care of it, it's fine. The shift is occurring. This is a no turning back point. There's no turning back to where you were, no turning back to who you were before. There's no way that you could ever continue to live life the way you have been, okay? The Eight of Pentacles is an indication to me that while you are kind of in this lie in wait period, stay here, relax, wait for the gazelle to come to you, there's still things that need to be done. There's still study, there's still education, you still need to research, you still need to figure out which direction to really take. And what I would do now is to really keep your options as open as possible, because it's more likely that something completely unexpected is going to come up for you in the course of the next 6 months. Like, holy cow, where the heck did that come from? I wasn't expecting that. And that is going to be something that you will feel very drawn toward. And it's something that you're like, okay, this is something that I would feel comfortable dedicating my time, energy, and resources towards. This is so much bigger than love relationships, guys. And I know that there are so many tarot readers and so many people on YouTube watching tarot because they want to know about their ex-boyfriends and their girlfriends and whatever. But at the end of the day, our romantic relationships, while they are important, they are such an insignificant portion of what life really truly could be. They are meant to be enjoyed. They are meant to help us learn about ourselves, but they're not meant to consume our lives. And I'm talking to you about this, Aquarius, because I know you can handle that, right? Because I don't know that you're really a sign that tends to get all consumed by relationships. I mean, you can, depending on what other planets you have, but in general, you enjoy romance, you enjoy love, you enjoy partnerships, but it's not the end all be all. And as I'm saying that, I just happen to see the bottom of the deck, which is the sun, right? It's not the end all be all. And now your focus is being shifted towards something so much greater. See all the people here? You know, there's a global quality to what's going on. And you incarnated in this lifetime as an Aquarius sun, as an Aquarius ascendant, or as an Aquarius moon for a very, very specific reason. That inner drive for the greatness of humanity was embedded in you at birth for a reason. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. We're in the age of Aquarius right now. You're kind of the leaders. You're the ones that have the qualities that we all sort of need to, you know, because we all have Aquarius in our chart. That is a highlighted part for everybody, you know, and we all have to draw on that resource in some way, shape, or form so that we can come to greater unity. Because I think Aquarius and Pisces are the two signs that feel more hurt when they look at the state of the world today. You feel it deeper. Because it's your job to lead us toward unity. It's your jobs to lead us toward togetherness and towards sameness. Four of Pentacles reverse. Let's pull out a couple more here. I'm talking too much anyway. There's your opportunity. It's gonna come. Guys, Page of Cups is so unexpected. Like the talking fish in his cup. When was the last time a fish spoke to you? It's gonna be weird like that. You're going to have to be extremely selective. It's likely that you will have multiple things coming to you, especially with the Mars retrograde in your sign. You have to be very sure. Okay, if it's something that kind of is in line, like, yeah, okay, maybe someone's trying to like convince you really hard to do something, or whatever, they're really trying to push, like, I'd be very hesitant to dedicate time, energy, and resources on something that you're on the fence about. See, the King of Coins does not pounce unless he knows there's going to be a victory. You know, I'm very much reminded by my boss when I see the King of Pentacles. I have like a real job, guys. So my boss, he's a very, very wealthy commercial real estate investor. And his mantra, this is what he says to himself, and he constantly reminds the team, right? He says, if the deal isn't entirely lopsided in my favor, I simply don't do the deal. And it seems like that's an extremely selfish approach. But when we're talking about what one person can do, you have an 8 and a 9 to work with. That's what you have. So you can't spread it all around to all these different things. You can't spread yourself too thin. This is kind of an all or nothing deal. So if something comes in and you don't feel incredibly passionate about it, and you don't feel like this is something that you can truly dedicate yourself to, because I suspect that there's going to be some karmic stuff that really comes up for you guys during this transit. And this karmic stuff, like, now is your chance to change the course of your soul. Fourth house, guys, your roots, where you really came from. Now is the time for you to revolutionize your soul's path. So if it's not in alignment, it's not worth it. And people are going to try to tempt you. And I just also, I'm not going to pull it, but I just happened to see the star, and there you go. Two cards of Aquarius, Uranus and Uranus, okay? It's time to let go of everything you thought you knew. You're kind of starting from scratch in many ways, shapes, and forms. You're starting with a blank slate, which means you can paint anything you want. And here comes truth. Truth to the rescue always. And here's a card of Leo. Your opposite card, your opposite sign. We had the sun come out before as well, which is a card of Leo too. There's something that you can't quite seem to really walk away from. Or actually, maybe someone can't quite walk away from you. Someone is definitely not giving up on you, Aquarius. I don't know. I just have to say, like, I feel like this is connected with the red. That was like the red and green. Like, I'm like, okay, boom, this is someone. This is someone else. It's not you. This is you in the center. First of all, this is not a bad person, okay? It's a wonderful person. It's not someone that's associated with this stuff here, the stuff that you've been leaving behind, but it is someone that is in your life, someone that has been in your life for probably a while. There seems to be a distance. Whenever there's a King of Wands, I feel like he's very aloof, kind of like a King of Swords. All the kings actually are very aloof. Very much an observer of something. I feel like they see you. There's reciprocity for sure. I think in some way they know they're kind of not invited, but there's celebration of you here. I think they're connected. They see you in some way as kind of being torn between an old self and a new self. And while there doesn't seem to be any involvement, at least that I'm feeling, I'm really not feeling a lot of communication coming from them. I'm not feeling a lot of physical presence with them, but they definitely have their eye on you and they're seeing you here. If you're feeling like you have to choose between two people, I'll clarify this in the comprehensive, both these together. I'm not quite sure exactly what role this plays in your life. I don't think this one is giving you a cup either. I think this is something very, very different. This one seems to be just kind of floating. It's almost as though they're waiting for you to see, and I even said this in Capricorn, it's like 85% of the time, the Ace of Swords and the card of Judgment comes out together. It's like a pair that, there's always like pairs in tarot, and these almost always are connected. Because it's like, here's truth, here's some kind of knowing of something, here's something that you can actually do something good and productive with, you know? But again, once you know something, you can never not know it. And maybe they're waiting for you to receive that truth. Maybe they're waiting for you to fully make this transition. Maybe they're waiting for you to choose something, you know, and they'll sit and wait also, like Leo lion, right? Just like you, a lion. It's like you're waiting to pounce on something else and they're waiting to pounce on you, kind of thing. or they're waiting for you to take notice. But I think you're noticing them, you're looking, you're seeing them, you are connected. Again, I'm not quite sure what this is, so we'll clarify that in the comprehensive. I'm going to leave you guys with that. I really, really wish you nothing but the best. If I don't see you on the website, then I'll see you next month. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.